You wouldn't lose your job because you're bad at it. You'd lose it because your brain told the truth every single time. Imagine waking up tomorrow unable to lie, not just to others, but to yourself. No white lies, no social filters, no hiding thoughts, feelings, or intentions. Today we're exploring what would really happen if the human brain lost its ability to lie, neurologically, psychologically, socially, and why total honesty might be far more dangerous than you think. And by the end of this video, you may realize that lying isn't a flaw of the human brain. It's one of its most important survival tools. We tend to think of lying as a moral failure, but from a scientific perspective, lying is not about ethics, it's about control. Every time you lie, multiple brain regions activate at once. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and impulse control. The anterior cingulate cortex, which detects conflict between truth and fabrication. The hippocampus, which retrieves real memories to alter or suppress. And the amygdala, which processes fear of consequences. This is why lying requires more mental effort than telling the truth. Brain scans show higher cognitive load when people lie compared to when they're honest. In other words, lying is not a glitch in the brain, it's a feature. The brain lies to protect social harmony, emotional safety, physical survival. Without lying, the brain loses its ability to filter reality. Now imagine a switch flips in your brain. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that edits, suppresses, and reshapes thoughts, suddenly stops working that way. Every thought that forms exits your mouth unfiltered. You don't choose honesty. Honesty happens to you. You walk into a room and instantly say, I don't trust anyone here. I'm only being nice because I'm afraid. I find you boring. I regret marrying you. Not because you want to, but because your brain can't stop it. Silence becomes impossible. Avoidance becomes impossible. Even facial expressions begin to betray you. This isn't honesty anymore. This is loss of control. Human personality depends on selective expression. You are not defined by every thought you have. You are defined by which thoughts you allow to exist in the world. Without lying, you cannot hide fear, you cannot hide jealousy, you cannot hide resentment, you cannot hide doubt. Psychologists call this ego boundary collapse. Your internal world spills outward constantly. Patients with damage to the prefrontal cortex, such as in frontotemporal dementia, experience something similar. They become brutally honest, socially inappropriate, and emotionally exposed. They don't feel liberated, they feel unsafe. Anxiety skyrockets, cortisol levels remain elevated, the brain never gets rest from social threat, you are always on display. Most relationships are not built on lies, they are built on strategic silence. Consider how often you don't say what you think during arguments, during moments of insecurity. During attraction to someone else, during disappointment, now remove that filter. Every fleeting doubt becomes permanent damage. I still love you, but I sometimes imagine leaving. I'm here, but I'm not fully happy. I compare you to others. Honesty becomes emotional violence. Marriage, friendship, parenting all begin to fracture. Ironically, trust disappears, not because people lie, but because they cannot protect each other emotionally. At first glance, a world without lies sounds utopian. No corruption, no manipulation, no scams, but reality is harsher. Politics becomes impossible, diplomacy collapses, negotiation ceases to exist. Every conflict escalates instantly because compromise often requires withholding full truth. Marketing vanishes, entertainment loses illusion, even storytelling dies because stories themselves are a form of emotional deception. The social glue that holds millions of strangers together begins to dissolve. Total honesty does not create peace. It creates constant confrontation. Lying isn't just social, it's biological. Imagine being threatened by someone stronger than you. Normally, your brain lies to de-escalate. But now,
I'm scared of you.
I think you might hurt me. I don't trust your intentions. In nature, animals that cannot bluff do not survive. The human brain evolved deception because truth alone is not adaptive in dangerous environments. A brain that cannot lie cannot strategize. Here's the paradox. We believe lying is wrong, but removing it makes humans less functional. So the question becomes, is honesty always ethical if it destroys safety, connection, and survival? Or is selective truth the price of civilization? Evolutionary psychologists argue that deception evolved alongside intelligence. The smarter the brain became, the better it learned to hide intentions, predict reactions, shape narratives. Even self-deception plays a role. Your brain lies to you constantly. To reduce fear, to maintain motivation, to preserve identity. If you saw reality perfectly, every flaw, every risk, every outcome, you might never act at all. Hope itself is a kind of lie. So here's the shocking truth. If your brain couldn't lie, you wouldn't become more moral. You would become less human. Because being human isn't about raw truth, it's about managing truth. Lying is not the opposite of honesty. It's the tool that allows honesty to exist without destroying us. A brain that can't lie loses emotional protection, destroys relationships, collapses society, endangers survival. Total honesty is not enlightenment. It's exposure without armor. The real skill isn't telling the truth. It's knowing when, how, and why to reveal it. Your brain doesn't lie because it's broken. It lies because it's trying to keep you alive. A brain that can't lie loses emotional protection, destroys relationships, collapses society, endangers survival. Total honesty is not enlightenment, it's exposure without armor. If this video made you see your brain differently, subscribe, because this is just the beginning.